Hey financial advisors, I'm Claire Akin with Indigo Marketing Agency. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to go over the biggest webinar of the year. It is the most requested, and I think it's going to change the way that you think about your business forever. We're going to talk about how to create your 2022 marketing plan and how you can grow your business by 25% this year. Now, this is always the most requested webinar of the year, and I'm going to move fast and I'm going to give away everything I know about how top advisors are marketing themselves and growing their businesses working with new clients that they love. Let's get started. All right, so we are going to move fast. This isn't going to be one of those webinars that you see where I'm pretending that it's live. It's not, it's recorded. I'm going to talk about you in a second. First, I'll introduce myself. So I'm Claire Akin. I founded Indigo Marketing Agency after working with my dad, who has been a financial advisor for 40 years with LPL. I also worked with a company called FMG Suite that does websites for financial advisors. Through those experiences, I realized that what I love to do is the marketing side, and that so many advisors need help with their marketing. So that's what I set out to do. I'm the author of the Marketing Guide for Financial Advisors, and this year we're doing something special where if you want a free paperback copy of the book, I will send you a free copy because I want you to understand everything I know about marketing so that you can help yourself to help more of your clients. I know that you guys do incredibly important work in your communities and with the clients that you serve, and it's my mission to help advisors serve more of the people they love working with. So just request a copy of your book and I'll send it out. You should have it in a couple of days. And we do have unanimous 5-star reviews for the book on Amazon, so I'm super thankful for that. I really put my heart and soul into it, and I think you're going to love it. All right, so I have worked with thousands of top independent financial advisors, and I feel like we finally cracked the code on what really works to help advisors get new clients. So that's what we're going to go over today. So if during this presentation you feel like maybe you have to jump away, but you want to take the next step with Indigo, the next step is to schedule your strategy call. This is a deep dive where we go through what you're doing from a marketing perspective and we make recommendations for how you can improve. It's totally free. It is a great next step to take to really get a custom approach of how you can improve your own marketing. So click below to book that call. Just get it on the calendar so that you can gain momentum with your marketing and take the next step. So let's talk about you, financial advisors. So I know so many advisors out there. I talk to advisors every day on the phone, and I know there's a lot of pressure that you guys are facing. You know, coronavirus was hard on everybody. It was particularly hard on older advisors that weren't as used to using technology. There's all of this pressure on fees, downward pressure on fees. Clients are getting older, so if you're an average advisor with a lot of baby boomer clients, they're drawing down their accounts, maybe they're dying, maybe they're giving their money away to their kids. There is a lot of pressure on advisors to continue to grow your business. If you're not growing, you're dying. And so I understand that you guys face distinct pressure, and also marketing is really challenging for advisors. So it's not the same skill set as doing investment advice or financial planning. Completely different skill set. There's a lot of technical work involved in marketing today, from setting up your website, social media, email marketing. It's a lot of stuff that probably is not the best use of your time, as well as, writing, content creation, and knowing your message. And so that's why many advisors hire us to take marketing off their plate, because they are so busy running their business, helping their clients. They're facing a lot of pressure, and marketing is not their primary skill set. So if this sounds like you may want to consider outsourcing your marketing. Let me tell you a little bit about why I care. So like I said, my dad has been a financial advisor for over 40 years. I know how much he cares about his clients. His clients are his friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends that are not his clients. That is his social group. It is his family. It's the people he just really gets up every morning and helps, and he cares deeply about them. And I know that he provides such an important service, not only to them, but also to their children, to their family members. It's really interesting to me that people think that a financial advisor is similar to a CPA or maybe a lawyer, but you would never call your CPA or your lawyer when your spouse dies, but people call my dad all the time when their spouse dies or when something critical happens in their family. A financial advisor is really a trusted, partner throughout life. And so that is why I care about you guys as advisors, and that is why I'm so passionate about helping you guys. So today I want to deliver the truth about marketing for financial advisors, because I believe that there's so many companies out there profiting from marketing for financial advisors that aren't really going to move the needle. It's easy to say that you could do a very expensive LinkedIn campaign and spend a lot of money but not get any results. The same thing with websites, the same things with some of these direct marketing campaigns, put you on the front of a magazine, etc. Advisors are getting bombarded with offers to help them get more clients, but a lot of those spend a lot of money and don't produce results. So today I want to tell you everything I know about what really gets results and what isn't a waste of money. So we're going to talk about how do advisors really get new A+ clients that they like working with. How does your marketing measure up to what those top advisors are doing? How you can find and embrace your specialization so you know exactly who your ideal client is. And how you can create a provocative value proposition that gets people to ask more questions when you tell them what you do. Then we'll talk about how to get in front of new, highly qualified prospects, and we'll go over how to use the testimonial rule in your marketing. Finally, we will have you walk away from this webinar with your own 2022 marketing calendar. So if you're like a lot of advisors out there, the coronavirus was tough. It's tough on everybody personally, but also professionally dealing with technology. But it also, for many advisors, was hard to keep their marketing going, especially if you were doing seminar marketing, if you were doing sort of like networking, in-person marketing. Everybody had to move to the digital realm, and it was very challenging if advisors didn't have a digital marketing plan in place. So today we're really going to focus on what I believe is the best use of your marketing dollars, which is digital marketing. And that's true whether, coronavirus goes away forever or if it comes back again. So it's my goal today to change the way that you think about marketing forever. I want to uncover a new marketing equation that works for you and put you in control of your future of growing your business and growing your AUM. Most importantly, I want to help you to help the people that you love working with. Who do you serve best? Who do you feel like you offer the most value to? Who do you wish that you could clone as far as your clients go so that you could do your best work and work with more people that you love? That's what I want to help you uncover today. Most importantly, I want to turn confusion into simplicity. You guys are smart people. You deal with topics that are much more complex than this, but there's a lot of people out there that try to make marketing overcomplicated. We are going to turn it into a consistent and repeatable, simple process that you can fully understand. So let's start with this. How do top advisors really get more A+ clients? I will argue there are only two ways. The first is from referrals, and you guys are probably familiar with this. Most advisors get most of their new clients from referrals, and that is the number one way that people choose a financial advisor. But the second reason, I will argue, that's only because they have a specialty, a unique definition of who they help. And those two ways are the only way top advisors are really getting new A+ clients. Referrals, and because you're a specialist in the problem that that client is facing. And people ask me, well, what about, networking? What about seminars? What about, all of these different marketing campaigns? Think about networking when somebody introduces you, that's really a referral. Think about seminars. When people come to a seminar, they're coming because they're facing the problem that you're addressing. So that's really because you're a specialist. So I believe the only two ways advisors get new clients is referrals and specialty. So how can you grow your assets under management by 25% this year? Number one, you can embrace a specialty. This is the most important thing for you to do this year. You've probably thought about it in the past, but if you haven't grabbed the bull by the horns, now is the time. Number two, you work with higher level of clients, so more A+ clients that have higher net worth. Number three, you need to do better work. You need to provide more value for your clients. By focusing on your specialty, you can better serve the needs of your A+ clients. Number four, you need to get amazing testimonials that talk about the things that your clients care about. Of course, this is subject to compliance regulations, but the new testimonial rule really allows advisors out there to get amazing testimonials saying, this advisor helped me in this huge problem that I was facing, and here was the emotional benefit I walked away with. Number five, you gotta increase referrals, and you need to have people being able to refer A+ clients to you. Number six, you need to get in front of more people that you don't already know. So more A+ prospects that you are not connected with. So people that are not in your network currently, you need to expand your network. So this is a concept that I've been working on for a few years to help advisors grow their AUM by 25%. Sounds like a lot, right? It's not so much as just adding 25% more clients of the same hodgepodge of clients that your book of business is probably already, including of people with different interests, different demographics, kind of, maybe you've tried to be everything to everybody in the past. That's not what it's about. We want to add more high quality clients that have a higher net worth so you can grow your AUM without growing the number of clients that you serve by 25%. So let's think about this. Say the average advisor, and this is, I talk to advisors every day on the phone. This really is about the average person that I speak with. They have about 100 clients. Their average client is about about a B- client. They sort of like most of their clients, but some of them are a big problem, some of them are great. But the average is about a B-, and on average, their clients have about $1 million each. So maybe some have a lot less, maybe some have a lot more, and that's usually the case. But on average, it's a B- client with about $1 million each. So what we want to do is we want to grow your business by adding, instead of 25 new clients with $1 million, we want to add 12 and a half clients that have $2 million. The result, any answers out there, is the same result, 25% growth of AUM, but you're only adding 12 to 13 new clients. Now this starts to seem doable, right? Could you add 1 new client a month if they were somebody that you loved working with? Absolutely. So here's how we're going to go about doing that. First of all, we're going to figure out your specialty. Then we're going to increase the traffic to your website for that specialty. So increase that by 10%. Second, we're going to increase your website's conversion rate by at least 10% by embracing your specialty on your website. Then we're going to increase the referral rate of your current clients to new A+ clients by 10%. So we're going to define to your existing clients exactly how you help and who you serve and how they can refer you to those types of people when they come across somebody who needs that help. And last, we're going to focus on specialized marketing campaigns that really resonate with your audience to increase your traffic to your website and your conversion for those highly qualified specialized clients. But first, let's focus. I want to take you back to figuring out your specialty and why that's so important. You'll hear me say a lot, the riches are in the niches, and I think it's funny because I actually heard a prominent speaker use my catchphrase the other day in his talk, so I like that it's spreading. The riches are in the niches. And think about me. I only do marketing for independent financial advisors. That's such a specialized niche, but it really is the only way to be successful in your marketing. I couldn't be doing this webinar talking to people who were, maybe business coaches or therapists or physical therapists or lawyers. It wouldn't make any sense. Because I have a specialty, I can actually give you valuable content. So the same is true for you in your marketing. If you're talking to everybody, you're really talking to nobody, and no one is interested in watching a generic webinar that doesn't have concrete examples of things that can help them. So you really, really need to focus to get your marketing to cut through the noise. So through your specialty, you really should be able to answer why you, and why now? So why would people work with you in the first place? Why would they choose you instead of another advisor down the street? So you should be able to articulate why people should work with an advisor at all. So what is the emotional benefit that they walk away with after they work with you? And then why you? Why should they work with you instead of another advisor down the street who offers something similar, or at least in the prospect's mind, it's very similar. They have a hard time comparing advisors because they don't really understand what they do. And then why now? And this is the hardest question to answer. So why should they do anything different from what they've been doing, which is nothing? Why should there be urgency? Why should they take action today? To kind of explain how this concept works, I want to walk through some of the mistakes I see. And I see a lot of mistakes out there. I think it's very common for advisors not to have gone through this process of really honing their specialty. So let me give you a couple examples of weak value propositions, and then we'll talk about a great value proposition. So here's some examples of weak ones. So because money doesn't come with instructions. Don't know what that means. Putting our clients first. Okay, well, I hope almost every advisor out there will put their clients first. Holistic financial planning, this is probably the one I see the most. Clients don't necessarily understand this. Maybe it sounds good, but it does not differentiate you. It's just words. These are all just words. We want to cut through the noise with something that actually means something. So here's a few examples of value propositions that I really like. Helping Canadian women business owners retire early. So, I'm a business owner, but I'm not in Canada, but I sure want to retire early. And so that really resonates with me. Cashing out of your business without giving up majority control. For business owners that have grown their business, for decades, and maybe they're passing the business to their children, they really don't want their children to screw up everything they've built. And so this is a huge pain point for them. Creating a plan for your divorce settlement to last a lifetime. And this is one, I know this advisor well, and it really, really resonates with her clients that are going through divorce, and they're women, and their number one thing is security. And so they want their divorce settlement to make sure that the cash is never going to run out. So these are great, strong value propositions that really resonate with prospects. So I did a whole webinar on a provocative value proposition, and I did it with Dimensional Fund Advisors and Apollo Lupesco, who is a fantastic person on their team. And if you're interested in kind of diving deeper, I will link that webinar below. But his concept was that a provocative value proposition proposition is really important, because a lot of times when advisors introduce themselves and say, hi, here's who I am, here's what I do, people want to run the other direction because advisors, maybe have been salesy in the past. What you want to do is create a value proposition that gets people to ask more questions. It gets them to become interested. It's provocative. So a provocative value proposition is edgy, it's interesting, it's memorable, it piques their interest, and it makes them want to ask another question. And so that's what we're really looking for you. So now I want to quote one of my favorite uncles, who was an extremely successful business person. He would always tell me, find a need and fill it. You can do anything as long as you are filling a need that exists in the marketplace. And so that kind of goes before your value proposition. So sometimes I run across advisors who are not really filling a need. They've created an investment strategy that they love, but it's not something that people need. You're not really helping people with the problems that they perceive themselves to be facing. And so that is really at the heart of your strategy, is what do people need your help with, and how are you filling that need? So do make sure that that is something that is your strong foundation in what you do before you create your value proposition. So once you really understand the need that you're filling, ask yourself, why did your 3 favorite clients come to you? So was it that they were going through a divorce? Was it they were selling their business? Was it they were within 5 years of retirement? What was the reason that they came to you? Maybe they had a baby or need life insurance. So think about your target ideal client and ask yourself, where did my last 3 favorite clients come from? And at what point in their lives did they decide to call me? And that could be the answer to really your unique specialization and the need that you fill. And then sometimes it helps to ask this question of, why did your clients come to you instead of a different advisor? Or why did they leave their old advisor and switch to you? And that's a good conversation to have. For our clients at Indigo, we send out a survey once a year asking all of their clients, why did you work with this advisor instead of somebody else? And a lot of times we get interesting results to that question. But I do feel like it's worth asking just a handful of clients why they chose you. And another question you'll have to ask as you go through this process to identify, who you serve best and why people want to work with you is, why would somebody want to be added to your email list? I see advisors all the time trying to add people to their email list when they're sending out generic canned content. Why does anybody want another email in their inbox that they're just going to delete? Unless you're giving away valuable, relevant, specific information, why would anybody want to be added to your email list? And so that's a question that's really important to know the answer to. Oh, because I'm giving actionable, valuable advice for business owners just like them. That could be an example. And my favorite question to ask advisors is, which one urgent problem do you solve for a specific group? So it's a problem that they understand that they're having. They can self-identify as it's a big problem that's keeping them up at night. It's urgent, it's important to them, and only a small subset of people have this specific problem. Once you can answer this question, then you can unlock the power of your marketing. If you're unsure of what your specialty should be and you're having trouble answering these questions, I have a full webinar on creating radical relevance and choosing your specialty. So I will link that below if you want to go through a whole workshop webinar about your specialization. But I think it's a really important process to go through. So I think all of us today want to work with a specialist, whether it's a doctor or a dentist or a financial advisor. We all really want to work with somebody who will understand our unique problem and be able to solve it. And so let's talk about the benefits of having a specialty. First of all, you could charge a premium. So if you are a specialist in the problem somebody's facing, you can charge more money because your offering is better catered to solve that problem. People are more willing to pay. You can also do what you love. You can figure out that you love working with pharmacists and helping them lower their taxes and save more for retirement. And you can focus on networking with pharmacists. And maybe your wife is a pharmacist and she has a lot of connections, and all of a sudden it becomes much, much easier. You can also work with your right fit clients. So maybe it's people from a specific demographic. Maybe you do faith-based financial planning. Maybe it's people that enjoy the same hobby as you. You can work with people that you enjoy working with. For a lot of advisors, that means no engineers. I also have advisors who only work with engineers. So it really depends on your style and who you love working with and where you feel valued and where you feel happy when you go to work every day. You can provide more value, not only through your marketing, through your content, through your advice, but through your planning strategies. You could create a whole process, a whole planning strategy just for your right fit clients. And we can create amazing, compelling content for you. So if you're working with orthodontists that own their own practice, we could do a whole series of a year's worth of content on how to improve their financial picture. And so it's so important to be able to cut through the noise by creating really valuable content that isn't generic, it isn't evergreen, it isn't fluff. It is actually relevant to them. And through all of this, by honing your specialty, we can create a marketing strategy that actually works. So we can take this interesting, relevant content, we can share it with people because we know where to find them. We know that on LinkedIn, they're listed as a business owner or an employee of a certain company. It is easier to find your right fit client because we've identified exactly who they are. So when you embrace your specialty, you're taking what you do, who you serve, and how it benefits them. And that really is your specialty at its core. Let me just give you a few examples because I think sometimes this is helpful to help the light bulb go off for advisors. So one is we help Amazon executives maximize their benefits package. This is a real advisor who we work with, and their website is actually coming up higher than Amazon.com when you search for certain keywords around Amazon RSUs, Amazon's benefits package, etc. And so the SEO on this work that we've done is tremendous. They get thousands of people to their website every month as a result of the work they've done with us on how Amazon benefits packages can be maximized. Tax and wealth planning for California farmers. Now there are a lot of subsidies and different tax advantages to doing financial planning with farmers in California. It can be pretty complex, and there's a lot of content to produce on those subjects. There's not a lot of people producing that content. So we help this advisor with that content. It's been very successful because there are a lot of benefits that he can offer his clients once they start to understand the different ways to navigate the California landscape for farmers. And so this is a really great specialty. Here's another one that I love, and this is helping optometrists purposefully plan their personal, professional, and financial lives. This came from an advisor that used to be an optometrist, and he understands that there's a lot of different things they can do to grow and scale their business by owning a lot of similar optometry practices. Then they can buy all their glasses and all of their consumables at bulk and really increase their profit margins. Anyway, it's kind of a whole lifestyle brand to help them improve the way they run their business so they have more free time and improve their margins and their success, and then of course put away more for retirement, grow more wealth, etc. So this is a really, really cool niche. Helping business owners cash out and enjoy life. I use this one all the time. One of the cool things about this advisor is he's not an advisor anymore because he built his business, he cashed out, and now he's enjoying life. And so he really walked the walk of what he taught business owners to do. Accumulate wealth, build your business, sell it, step away, and drink a pina colada on the beach. And so I'm really proud of this advisor, and I think it was a great niche that served him very well. And by the way, he retired very early. I think he was maybe 50. So embracing a specialty from the beginning of his marketing served him to grow his business very quickly and exit. Here's another one, faith-based financial planning for hardworking families. This is really important if you care about the values of the people that you work with, and you want to work with people that are good savers, that are conservative people, perhaps maybe people that are in your church community. This is a great one to help people that share your values, and that can be very fulfilling to people, especially if they're into something like faith-based financial planning or any other kind of sort of strategies like that, where maybe the niche isn't a specific demographic, but it's really like a personality and a values-based niche. And I like these to work on because there's a lot of personal and interesting kind of memorable content we can produce there. So as you're creating your specialty, I just want to go over some ground rules. So there's a difference between minimum expectations and differentiators. And so many times I see advisors who are saying their specialty is a minimum expectation, not a differentiator. So let me give you an example of the airline industry. So what if an airline told you that they will get you from point A to point B safely, and maybe it'll be on time, and the bonus is that your bags will arrive too? Would you really be signing up and paying a premium to ride on that airline? I don't think so. It's the same with financial advisors. So a lot of advisors say as their differentiator, I'm experienced, I'm credentialed, I'm trustworthy, I have reasonable fees, maybe I'm a fiduciary. Those aren't differentiators. Those are minimum expectations that the public has about working with a professional financial advisor. So please don't use your minimum expectations as your differentiators, because in the eyes of a prospect, you're basically just telling them that you hope that the flight will arrive on time. You're not really telling them anything else about the level of service or the offering that you provide. So here's a quote from Ron Carson, which is one of my mentors and one of my favorite advisors. So many of the advisors I meet say that they have a better investment strategy and they charge lower fees. Not only is that not true, but clients do not care. So a lot of advisors are so hyper obsessed with investment results and their investment strategy and fees, and That's important, and that's what you guys love to focus on, but your clients probably don't care about those things. They care about what is the benefit they're going to get from working with you. Are you going to save them time? Are you going to save them on taxes? Are you going to create a plan that makes sense to them? Are you going to put them in a place where they don't have to worry about retirement anymore? They don't care about fees. They don't care about your investment strategy. They don't understand it. And so really try to talk about the things your clients care about, not the things that you're so passionate. And I know that's hard to do, but I think this is a really important point from Ron Carson is, talking about your better investment results and your lower fees can't be substantiated, and your clients just aren't super interested in that angle. So our goal for you is to come up with a radically relevant message. And this comes from Bill Cates. He is fantastic. He's a mentor. He's a great friend of mine. And he is a coach to financial advisors. Check him out. It's called referralcoach.com, and I will link him below. He has a fantastic book called Radical Relevance that is written for financial advisors trying to figure out, how to create a message that actually resonates. And so I definitely recommend his book. But here are some of his concepts. So helping people understand what you do, attracting the right prospects, repelling the wrong prospects. If you're afraid to repel the wrong prospect, you're not ready for this yet. You need to, if you were to give a talk in a room of 100 people, you need to repel half of them to be able to attract half of them. Creating urgency and creating a sense of your prospect wanting to take action with you. And then helping your clients to refer people they know who are a right fit. So you want to coach your clients to be able to articulate exactly what you do, who you serve, and how you help, so they can refer somebody when they come across somebody who fits the bill. So what makes you different? If you're having trouble with this whole concept, we have a solution for you. We have a 7-day narrow your niche challenge that you can sign up. You get an email every day that coaches you through each step of the process, and after 7 days, you will have solved this problem. So I highly recommend, if you can't answer these questions and if you don't feel like you have a specialty that resonates, go through that 7-day challenge, and at the end of the 7 days, you will be ready to roll with your marketing. All right, so the reason I talk about that so much out of this presentation is it is so important. So once you have your specialty and you can answer all the questions we just discussed, now this is really where your marketing, the rubber meets the road. This is where you can actually start creating and implementing your marketing strategy. So the first step of that is increasing website traffic for your specialty. So one of the examples that I gave before is financial planning for Amazon employees. We did SEO work around this, so search engine optimization work around these keywords, and we were able to get the advisor thousands of visits to his website each month from Amazon employees who are interested in improving their benefits package. And this is free traffic. Once we do our work, it goes on forever without him paying for it. So it's really a fantastic strategy. So we started with ranking 74 for Amazon, financial planning for Amazon employees. And then we did his whole website. We jumped to number 19. And then after we did all of the content, as a search term, he comes up at number 3 for this keyword. And so go ahead and search it. It depends, on your locality. But if you search financial planning for Amazon employees, you'll be able to see this advisor right on the first page, which is an incredible success. And the same could be true for you if you create content and do SEO for your specific keywords. Some of these articles that we create is, getting the most from your Amazon benefits package. You can see here that that's coming up above the Amazon.com employee benefits section, which is so cool. So it depends on the locality, like I said, but to be able to beat out a company like Amazon with your content is really, really phenomenal. This isn't a typical result, but if you do your marketing strategy correctly, you can see a huge lift, and you can certainly get to the top 5 or 10, which is the first page of search results when somebody Googles for the problem they're trying to solve. This is another example of SEO done properly. So fee-only advisor in Austin, Texas was the keyword that this advisor went after. And he said, since you've worked on the SEO package, we've been busy. I think the money we spent has paid off already. I've had about 4 meetings so far this month with new clients who found me via the web. So you need to figure out your keywords that you can rank for and go ahead and do your SEO, create content around those so you can start getting more traffic to your site. So that's step 1 is, getting the traffic there and then converting the traffic into new leads. So this advisor doubled his search traffic. And so that's something that every single month, every single day, double the people are coming to a site for free, and that will last and actually grow momentum over time. So once we focus on, first, we always do SEO for an advisor. It's really important. I have a whole webinar on SEO if you want to do it yourself. I really recommend outsourcing it and having somebody do it for you, because to be honest, I couldn't even do the SEO work myself. I have a specialist on our team that does it for our advisors. So it's highly technical, but it does work. So once you've increased your SEO and you're getting more traffic to your site, we want to improve the conversion rate. So how do we do that? So one of the most important things you can do, if you're looking for a restaurant or a car wash, what do? You look online and you take a look at the reviews. And the same is true for financial advisors. So up until last year, we couldn't do testimonials. Now a lot of advisors can. Ask your compliance department, check with me. I can try to help you, negotiate that. But a lot of our advisors are doing testimonials, and that is the #1 way to improve your conversion rate. So people are going to see your reviews online. They're going to see those 5-star reviews, those long paragraphs about, how you helped people to reach their goals in life, and they're going to want to meet you. And so this is really important, is using the new testimonial rule to supercharge your marketing and increase your conversion rate. So let's talk about why testimonials are important. So it may be obvious that 5-star reviews help people to want to do business with you, but there's another reason. Having reviews on Google actually helps you show up higher in search results. So Google gives preferential treatment to people that have at least 5 reviews on Google, whether good or bad. And the more consistently you can get reviews on a regular basis, the higher you go to search results. So not only is it important for credibility, but it's also important to help with getting more traffic to your website. And a lot of advisors don't understand that. Also, of course, they offer social proof. So you can read through what people said, you can see the 5 stars, and you just get a little more credibility from having those reviews present. And then the third reason is that well-written testimonials explain who you serve and how you help. So instead of saying, great financial advisor, we get reviews that say something like, Tom helped me to retire from UC San Diego and to make my retirement last a lifetime so I don't have to worry about running out of money. So whatever it is, it helps people self-identify, oh, that's exactly what I want. I'm going to hire this advisor. So you want your testimonials to be also a part of your marketing, if that makes sense. Through our testimonial process, we do a lot of work, and we do this for all of our advisors who are on our total marketing package. We basically coach their clients to talk about the things that prospects care about. What's interesting here is I uncovered through this work of designing our testimonial program, I uncovered that what advisors think clients care about and what clients actually care about are very different. So we actually have a word cloud here of what are the words that advisors who write their own websites put on their websites. And I think we had 10 websites of top advisors who wrote their own site. We put this into a word cloud, and here are the words that you can see they use. So goals, portfolio, investing, better, financial management, approach, words like that. However, when we ask clients what clients really care about, these are the words that they actually use. Trust, honesty, relationship, responsiveness, transparency, knowledge, education, experience. So what's interesting to me is none of these words overlapped. And so I think it would be wise for financial advisors to realize that the words on their website and the words in their testimonials should match the words that clients are looking for and prospects are looking for when they choose an advisor. So that's exactly what we do when we're getting testimonials for our advisor clients, is we get testimonials that use the words that clients actually care about. So our testimonial process is compliant. We work with your compliance department. We go through all the steps to make sure that everything is compliant. And we get comprehensive reviews about what your clients actually care about. And we focus on who you serve best so that clients and prospects can self-identify and figure out, can this advisor solve my problem, so that you're attracting the right fit people, you're repelling the wrong fit people. If somebody's looking for a financial advisor that can help them with budgeting, or maybe they're an engineer, you want to repel those people. You want to attract people that are very, very nice, hardworking people 5 years from retirement with a big nest egg. And so we do this process for our advisors because it's so important, and it really does last for the rest of their career. So these reviews that we get you on Google last forever. And so it's important to invest in that now so you gain momentum over time. So let me just walk you through some good reviews, which, any review is better than nothing because it helps with your search engine optimization. It helps you show up higher in search results. But a lot of reviews that you may have just organically are not very good. A lot of times we see just 5 stars with no text. So this person reviewed the advisor, 5 stars, great, but they didn't write one single word. This one I love. It just said, great financial advisor. It's better than nothing, but it doesn't tell us a lot about what the advisor does, who they serve, how they help. It's, better than nothing. So this is a great review, and this is an example of one of the reviews we got for our clients. When my husband and I were planning to retire, we began our search for a certified financial planner in the Charlotte area. We both interviewed Todd separately, and we chose him. We trust him with our life savings, just like we trust our health to our family doctor. He answers our questions honestly and frankly. He communicates with us during good times, and he's always there when financial conditions get tough. He specializes in helping couples like us prepare for retirement. He's helped us maneuver through recessions, financial collapses, the pandemic, buying a second home. His professionalism and his knowledge always impress me. We've referred several friends to him and have heard nothing but excellent feedback from them. So this is a great review. This is what we want, 5 of these on your Google profile that will allow people to understand a little bit more about behind the scenes. What do you do and how do you actually help people reach their goals? So this is how we're increasing your conversion rate. So the first step in increasing your conversion rate is that whole testimonial process. And that's something, I have a whole webinar on that if you're interested, or if you become a client of ours, we do that for you. The second step is there's a lot of things that you can do to your website to increase your conversion rate. And we've tested all of these and we've proven that they are important to increasing the percentage of people who visit your site that actually take action and schedule a call with you. So the first thing is capturing their attention. So we want it front and center on your homepage, your provocative value proposition. Second thing is lowering the emotional stakes. And there's a few different ways that we do that to kind of overcome their objections and help them take the next step. And then the third thing is offering a really, really easy next step. So for all of our clients, we put an online calendar scheduler. So 24/7, they can use 3 clicks to make an appointment, get on your calendar, and then go to bed feeling like they've accomplished that task. So 5 tricks to a high converting website. First of all, we want your differentiator, your provocative value proposition front and center. Second, we want a sample financial plan. This is usually the most clicked page on an advisor's site, is see a sample financial plan. People want to test drive. They want to see what they're going to be buying. They're just curious. They want to click and see the end result. So give them something to look at. The third thing is making it personal. So we always start our clients' marketing with the story of why they became a financial advisor. We tell really, really interesting stories about, one of my favorites is a client that we have who has been with us, I think, 6 years. And when he was 12, his family didn't have any money. And so he didn't get one present for Christmas, not one, nothing, not even like a small present. And he was so moved by this that he was driven to become financially successful and become a financial advisor and lead his family out of poverty. And he did it. He's a very, very successful advisor, and it's just such a cool story. So making it personal with a blog or a video about your story and why you're passionate about what you do. And then your specialty specific content. So we want all over your website, a page for Amazon employees, different blog posts on how they can maximize their benefits. Whatever your specialty is, we want to give them really compelling, relevant content. And then a call to action that converts. So it depends what your specialty is. Maybe if I were helping people with their divorce settlement, maybe I would create some call to action like, see when your divorce settlement will run out, or something like that. Maybe if I was helping people, create a 401k plan for their company, I would have, get a quote or, get a sample 401k plan document or whatever it is. So it depends. For Indigo, it's our free strategy call because you can book a call with us. You can have somebody go through your website. We go through a 20-point checklist on how your marketing compares to top advisors. And we'll give you the checklist and say, look, here's where you're doing well and here's where you need to improve. So that's very valuable. So think about a call to action that's very valuable for your prospects. So I'll just give you a few quick examples of these individual items. So your differentiator, your visitor should land on your homepage and their reaction should be, wow, this advisor understands my situation. When you go to a CPA or like some kind of professional service provider and you're like, I don't even know how to tell this person my backstory. Like, I don't want to start from zero. Your visitor to your website should feel like, I'm not going to have to explain to them what a pharmacist is, or that optometrists often own multiple practices. They're going to understand me because they work with optometrists. They probably know more about optometry than I do. That's the reaction that we want. For the sample financial plan, the reason that we put this is really to overcome objections. We know this page is going to get a ton of clicks, and we just want to give them something that is really specialized to their needs and that gives them a way to understand the emotional outcome of working with you. So the sample financial plan is going to be different for every advisor. It could be very simple. It could just be one page on your site, or it could be a PDF with multiple pages, and we help you develop that. And then we talked about, creating some personality. And so this, it could be the story of why you became an advisor. It could be a story about your team. Maybe you have a family business where, maybe your wife and your son is working as part of your firm. That's very common for advisors. We can, put some photos of you and your family and, really play up the benefits of a family-operated financial advisory firm. Maybe you serve, other business owners that have their families working together, and we can speak about that. So whatever it is, it's really about telling the story, making it personal. People want to meet you. They want to understand what you're like before they actually book an appointment. And so that's really the goal of this section. And then, of course, there's so much we can do with your specialty content. So it really depends on, what questions people are asking you. What are the concerns of your prospects? Maybe they work at a company that's going through rounds of layoffs. We could talk about that. Maybe, there's a pension buyout offer. We could do a timely topic on, what to do about the pension buyout offer. So it really depends on your specific niche, but we really want timely, relevant content for your specialty on your site, front and center. Okay, so we've done the first two most important steps. So we've increased the number of people finding you online, and then we've increased the conversion rate of your website. The next thing to do is just ongoing marketing, and we want to do ongoing marketing with content that attracts attention. And so this content is the type of content that's going to answer their most pressing questions. And so here's just some examples of some real life examples that we create. Should I take the HP pension buyout offer? What's the difference between the UC San Diego 457 and 403B plan? This is a real article we did for an advisor here in San Diego. What should you know about the Intel restricted stock units? Can business owners deduct the cost of a long-term care policy? This is a great one. I actually got a long-term care policy and deducted the cost. 3 ways physicians can catch up for retirement in 10 years or less. This was for the advisors we did this topic for, it was one of his top performing blog posts. So just think about what would be highly exciting and relevant for your audience, and then we can start creating your marketing calendar with those topics. So the goal of this content marketing is, what I recommend is sending out one piece of content per month to your network. We send it out on your website, so everyone coming to your website can see it as your most recent blog post. We also send it out by email to everybody on your email list, so clients, prospects, friends, referral partners, family members, everybody you know. And then we share it on all of your social media channels, so we get maximum exposure for this content we're producing. So the goals of content marketing are always the same. First is to position you as a credible subject matter expert in your unique area of expertise. The second is to give away 90% of what you know. So we really want the content itself to be valuable. Don't ever worry about giving away too much information, because people just generally don't do things on their own. They need a partner to help them execute. So just like I'm telling you how you could create your entire marketing plan, most of you will probably not do it on your own, and you want to partner with somebody who will do it for you, and the same way with your clients. Prompting specific questions. So give them enough information to wonder, how would that apply to my situation? Or how would that apply to my 401k plan? Or, could I do a defined benefit plan as I approach retirement age and save a ton of money? Starting the conversation. Once you actually get the prospect on the phone and you can start to talk about how you help people, most of you out there are amazing at the close rate after you get people on the phone. Most advisors have a lot of trouble, before that, getting people to their site, turning them into leads, getting a phone call set up. But once you get them on the phone, advisors have a really, really good close rate after that. So the goals of your content marketing are really to prompt that phone call. So I'll just give you a couple of examples of real life content that we create that really prompts that interest and, piques the interest and prompts the phone call. First is a resource center for Lockheed Martin employees. And so this advisor really focuses on that niche. This is getting the most from your Amazon benefits package. And then the call to action that converts. So we talked about creating a different call to action based on, what your audience would be interested in. So here are a couple examples. Book your free 15-minute Q&A call. This is really my favorite. I just like the, free Q&A call on the website They can book in 3 clicks or less, and there's nothing they need to do to prepare, and it's just very easy for people to take advantage of. Some other options are, asking a question, watching a webinar, requesting a complimentary business valuation. That's great for business owners. Find out how much you're paying in 401k fees. So whatever the pain point is for your audience, that's what you want your call to action to hit on. So for advisors watching, how does your marketing compare to other top advisors? Book a strategy call and we'll go through that 20-point checklist and give you either check marks or X's and deliver it to you. So that's pretty valuable, I think, and I hope that you guys will take advantage of that call. So then what we want to do is build a Get Started Now meeting page for your call to action. So we want to lower the emotional stakes, and we want to offer an easy next step for them to take 24 hours a day. So we want to include things like, how you start working with clients. So we offer a free 15-minute phone call to see if we're a good fit. What prospects can expect. I'll call you at the number provided, and you don't need to do anything to prepare. The best thing to do is to not make them prepare anything. I know some advisors want to see statements, or they want a fact finder filled out. I really like, don't worry about preparing. It's just a meet and greet. There's nothing to do to prepare, because that reduces the number of cancellations that you'll get. The next step is telling them the questions that you will answer on the call. So maybe you'll talk to them about how much they're paying in 401k fees, or how they can, lower their taxes, or, what are some recommendations to improve their financial standing by the end of this year, whatever it is for you. And then how to get started now. Make it, tremendously easy. So for me, click the button below to schedule your free strategy call. So it could not be easier. It'll be the first link below. So you click to schedule, you pick your time, you're done. So make it just tremendously easy for people to take the next step with you. All right, so that kind of goes over how to get people to take action, how to turn, website visitors into leads. Now we're going to talk about how to increase referrals from existing clients. So one of the most important things to do as part of your marketing that a lot of advisors out there are skipping is to remind people that you are taking on new clients and that you're never too busy to help somebody they care about. A lot of your clients, if you're anything like my dad, he golfs like 3 times a week now, and a lot of his clients know, he's older, he golfs all the time, he's busy. Does he even want new clients? Could he even help? Are they bothering him by trying to refer their friend that, needs help? So it's really important to remind your clients that I grow by referrals. I'm never too busy to help somebody you care about. I am taking on new clients. I do want to help your friends and family. I care about the people you care about. So as part of our total marketing package, we send out this communication for you, because it is hard to ask for referrals, and so it's just easier to have somebody else do it in a polished way on your behalf. And so here's some examples. So did you know I run on referrals? Worried about your financial plan? Schedule a Q&A call, and in this article we ask your clients to share it with somebody who might be worried about their financial plan. And this is really good to send out during a market decline. If you know somebody who needs our help, please forward them this email. That's a really important phrase to put right at the top. Adding that every 6 months into your marketing calendar is really, really important to improve your referral rate. And don't underestimate the impact of this, because we know that your number one source of A+ clients is going to be referrals. So you need to work at your referrals all of the time. So once we kind of have your content marketing calendar, and I've given you a lot of good ideas for what you could put on that calendar, then we need to get your message out. So like I mentioned, email marketing is still the bread and butter of marketing. A lot of advisors think, social media and TikTok and YouTube, that's not something you need to worry about. So 90% of people check their email every single day, and about 70% of the traffic to advisors' websites from their marketing is through email. So email is the most important thing. If you were only going to do one thing, I would say make sure you get your message out by email each and every month. So once you've gone through this effort to create your content, to put it on your website, to send it out by email, then it makes sense to maximize the exposure for your content by sharing on social media. So we share on your Facebook business page, your LinkedIn company page, your LinkedIn professional profile for you specifically, and all of the advisors on your team, and then also Twitter. So the reason is, of course, that we want people to see your posts on social media, and it keeps you top of mind. We want them to click through and get back to your website. But the other reason is for search engine optimization. So Google can see how many people are coming to your site from the different social media platforms, and having a Twitter account that people are coming to your site from increases your SEO. So that's why we do all 3 of these, and we try to sort of maximize the people coming to your site from these social media channels. So now that we've covered, the main deployment channels of website, email, and social media, then we want to go a step further to try to get you in front of new people that you don't already already know. So getting your message in front of the right prospects. What we primarily use is LinkedIn for this avenue. So a lot of advisors we work with either have a specialty that can be searched on LinkedIn by maybe the job title. So business owners, it's really easy to do a custom search and find them. Maybe executives, or maybe it's just all employees at a certain company, or maybe it's, scientists that work in biotech in San Diego. Whatever it is, it's so easy to really find these people, identify them, and reach out to them on LinkedIn. So that's a service we offer as part of our LinkedIn campaigns. So what we do is we search for these people, whether, maybe it's lawyers in your area, and we send them a message that gets them to connect with you, and then we send a follow-up message sending some of this relevant content. So it could be, a webinar that one of our clients did on how he helps solo attorneys to create a benefits package for their firm. And so we can send this message out through LinkedIn, and he actually had a really quick success where we sent this out to a local lawyer, and they became a client that was a multi-million-dollar client for him as a result of sending out this content on LinkedIn, and he did not know that person before. So this is a great way to, just get in front of more people, to expand your network, and to get in front of new people that you don't already know. So we've talked about a lot. One thing I'm going to challenge you to do at this point, we said you'd walk away with a marketing plan. I want to challenge you to write down at least 12 topics that would make fantastic topics for your 2022 marketing calendar. So go through the ideas that maybe you've jotted down, maybe your notes, and come up with 12 compelling topics that you would like to talk about, that you would be excited to share on your website, by email, and across social media in 2022. Now, I know this can be kind of a challenge, and so that's why we offer our free strategy call to help you go through this process and to give you a lot of ideas. But let me just walk you through some of the top performing advisors blog posts from 2021. And this is sorted by click-through rate. So how many people open the email and click through. The first one was hello and goodbye, our team updates. So everyone wants to know who got fired or who left the firm, and so people clicked on that. The second one is our client stories, and this across the board, people want to hear stories, and they want to see other people you work with, and they want to see that human element. So that always does really well. See a sample financial plan, like I mentioned. How I invest my money. And so with your average client, your average prospect, that's very interesting. It's like, how does a doctor manage their own health? How does a financial advisor manage their own wealth? I would want to read that, and that's really something that's very interesting to people. Getting the most from your Microsoft benefits package. So these sort of employer-specific campaigns do really, really well. Tips for Amazon open enrollment. That was a timely topic. If you can pair a specific message with something timely, it always has a really, really high click-through rate. So that's my little bonus tip for you. How to prepare for an unexpected death. So that was one that did well for a lot of our clients. Here's why the Dow doesn't really matter. I think this is cool. It's kind of one of these opinion, controversial topics. I really love to see advisors come up with these. 10 things to do within 10 years of retirement. So this is one of these like lifestyle retirement topics, how to not be miserable in retirement, how to create a retirement that is going to, excite you. People are really interested in this transition between working and retirement and how to do it well. Why I love living and working in Newport Beach. And so a lot of times for SEO, for search engine optimization, we try to do location-specific content. So, the best restaurants in Pasadena. It helps you come up as a local provider in Pasadena. And also people really like them. People want to hear, why you love living in Newport Beach or what your favorite restaurants are in Pasadena. So these get really high click-through rates. And then the top article of all time is always the first article we do for every single one of our clients, which is why I became a financial advisor. So if you do anything from today's webinar, I recommend that you write that story for yourself and put it on your website, because it'll get a lot of clicks, and it goes a long way to building trust with people who come to your site, learn about your why, and understand why you're passionate about what you do. They're much more likely to take the next step with you. So here's a fantastic example that you guys can walk away with, and you could do your marketing on your own. All you have to do is write one article per month, add it to your website, send it out by email, share it on social. Or, of course, if you want to hire us, we will do all of this for you. But I promise you, if you do this marketing work on a consistent basis, it will do wonders for your business. So here's the sample calendar. So starting in January, why I became a financial advisor. February, what we do and how we help. March, does someone need our help? April, you can schedule an appointment online. May, how we help business owners reduce taxes, or whatever niche specific content is right for you. June, a lot of times we like to do kind of a market update in June, just to kind of do a timely topic. So please join us for our market update, RSVP now. That's like if you're having a live market update webinar that you do, or it could just be our mid-year market update. Those usually do pretty well. July, see a sample financial plan and share with your friends. August, our exclusive specialist report. So this could be, 5 strategies for lawyers to save on taxes and save for retirement. September, please join us for our exclusive webinar. So say you're doing a webinar on a specific topic, say you're having a holiday event, whatever it is, promoting your events is really important. October, take our client survey. So like I mentioned, it's really important to, ask for your clients' feedback. First of all, it shows you care. Second of all, you actually get really good feedback that you can use for your business and for your marketing. November, financial actions to take before the end of the year. These always do really well. And then December, sort of a personal post, what we're grateful for this year, or happy holidays, personal update. If you could do a video personal update, they always perform really well. Show some pictures of your new grandkids. Talk about what your family did. Talk about what you're thankful for. Talk about, what you're proud of in your business and helping your clients reach their goals. These are really phenomenal marketing work. So of course you're going to want to customize this calendar for you, and if you need help customizing, that's exactly what we do, but I hope this kind of template calendar is useful for you. So once you've created your marketing calendar, you're doing your marketing on a monthly basis, it's really important to track your metrics. And so you want to track your metrics at least monthly to understand what's working. Are you doing better on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter? How many people are finding you on Google? What are your top performing articles that you should do more of? So this is critically important. Just like you wouldn't do financial planning without ever looking at performance, you shouldn't do marketing without that either. So for each of our clients, we send out what we call a data card each month. That's pretty simple. It's a lot like a portfolio analysis that you can take a look at the numbers each month and see how you're doing. So it shows, how many people came to your website that month? Where did they come from? What did they do on your site? What are your top visited pages? How did your emails perform? What was your email open rate, your click-through rate? What was your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter performance? These are all metrics that you really should know, at least your averages, and you should know if you're going up or going down. So let's bring it back to that equation of how to grow your AUM by 25% this year. So first of all, you want to add 12 to 13 A-plus clients that have about double what your average client has this year. So about 1 a month. So the way you want to do that, is increasing your specialty, choosing your niche, embracing your specialty. Increasing the people that come to your website, increasing the conversion rate, so how many people come to your site and then actually schedule a call with you. Increasing your referral rate by reminding your clients who your ideal client is and reminding them that you take on referrals. And then, of course, those specialty marketing campaigns that people are going to find by typing a search into Google, or by seeing your post on social media, or by those LinkedIn campaigns that you're actually reaching out proactively to people who fit your demographic and sending them really interesting content that can help them. So I challenge you to, if you made it this far on the webinar, good for you, high five. I challenge you to make this happen now. So either do the work yourself or hire us to do it for you. Get it done. It will make a tremendous impact on your business. So here's how we help you create your 2022 marketing plan. So first of all, schedule your strategy call below. We do a deep dive and we compare what you're doing versus what you should be doing. We identify all the holes in your marketing so that we can plug them for you. We uncover your specialty. Then we create a custom marketing calendar with topics that people that fall within your specialty will be excited to read. So we create that marketing calendar with you on a deep dive call. From that, we deliver your custom marketing plan for your unique specialty, and it's actually a document that we hand over to you. Then we actually do your search engine optimization for you. It is a 30-day process. There's a 130-point checklist that we go through. It's a huge project, but it has really, really big dividends. So we do your SEO process based on your unique set of keywords. Then we set up and optimize all of your social media profiles to really capture your specialty and make you positioned as the subject matter expert for your specialty. Then we set up your email marketing system so your emails can go out every single month to your entire list. The next step is we do that testimonial program for you. So we actually get your testimonials for you, posted on Google by your clients. We interview your clients. We get their feedback. We deliver that feedback to you, and we get them to post those amazing testimonials that are going to help with your conversion rate now and years into the future. And most importantly, we do your marketing for you each month. So we follow your calendar, we write the article, we make any compliance edits, we upload it to your website, we send it out by email, we share it across social media. You don't have to do anything except approve one article per month. So it's our goal to really contain the time you spend on your marketing to less than a half hour per month, so you can have a really, really custom, polished marketing strategy with a minimum investment of your time. So if this sounds like something that would be exciting for you to take marketing off your plate and guarantee that your marketing gets done, you can save up to 40% now. So go ahead and book your strategy call. Let us know that you watched this webinar and you can get our lowest prices of the year, and we will lock you in at that price for the entirety of 2022. If you have any questions about this presentation, please type them into the chat box and we will get back to you by email. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I hope this was helpful. I will send you a survey to get your feedback on this webinar so that I can improve it in the future. But it is my hope for you that you build your business in 2022, that you have the best year ever, that you're happier, you're healthier, you're more successful. Thank you so much for watching. It was great to spend this time with you, and I hope it was really helpful. Bye.